Al DeMarco here with your Friday video report. 2 free selections coming your way in just a moment. Missouri Valley Conference action on Indiana State and Evansville. Last night gave you a 5-dime winner in the MVC with Bradley taking care of business for the second time in a week against the Drake Bulldogs. And in the NBA, last night gave you a free winner on the Denver Nuggets. How about the Nuggets? Now 6-0 straight up, 5-1 against the spread since shipping Melo to the Knicks as they went outright as a road dog against the Utah Jazz. 48-32-2 run with the free picks in all sports over the past 9+ weeks. And tonight, a free selection coming your way on your big marquee game between the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic. One thing about this business that I'm in is that, so many people think, oh, wow, what a cool thing you do. You're on TV, you do radio, you have your name appearing in print, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, it ain't no fun when you're losing. Let me tell you that. I have followed up a nice 5-6 day stretch by losing each of the first 3 days of March. And for a guy who has prided himself and has always delivered on a consistent basis over the long haul in 25+ years of doing this, the only thing I've been so far is consistently bad. So tonight, of course, I'm going to come out with my first ever 100 million zillion dime release and go ahead and chase and get all the profits back. Yeah, right. As for, and the other thing, guys, I got to tell you something. You watch these videos, you get the free picks. Hope you have some fun watching them, too, because let me tell you, I have fun doing them. It's one of the highlights of my day, which doesn't speak highly of how good my day is going. But, just like any of you out there, just because I do this for a living doesn't mean that I'm immune to the everyday tribulations that everybody else goes through. I've told you before, my father has terminal cancer. He's in hospice right now. My mother just had major surgery, so my wife is basically been their caregiver for the past week, leaving my son in my care for the past week. Now, guys, if you're married out there, you can relate to what I'm about to say to you. A little whiles back, I made the slight mistake of saying to my wife one day, hey, your full-time job is making sure our son's taken care of. I mean, what an asinine thing to say. Because this week alone, let me tell you something. Playing Mr. Mom, playing taxi service for him, his friends, everybody else, running them here, running them there, everywhere. Whew, man, that is exhausting. Get up in time to get them to school, hurry up, get back, do your work, get them back after school. That is more than a full-time job. So, I've learned my lesson, and that is going to be, I may continue to lose, but I will definitely shut my mouth and not make any more asinine remarks. Now, let's get to your free pick. First of all, 9:30 Eastern Time tip-off. The Missouri Valley Conference is being played, their tournament, of course, in St. Louis as usual. I'm going to go with Indiana State minus the 4 points against Evansville. I've been riding both of these teams at one stage or another during the regular season. They certainly were profitable, but I think the Sycamores, a team that preseason projections had them rated no higher than 7th in the conference. Well, guys, they finished number 3 in the MVC this season. They finished the year with 5 consecutive conference wins, and you talk about a streaky team. That followed a 6-game losing streak, which was preceded by a 5-game winning streak. Now, they are in double revenge here. They lost by 3 at home and 5 at Evansville this season. In one game, they blew a 17-point lead. In another game, they committed 22 turnovers. So why go against the Purple Aces? Because despite beating a bad Illinois State team on Saturday in their home finale to snap a 4-game losing streak, they aren't playing well. They've given them an average of 75 points a game the last 5 games. For Indiana State, a team that has been seen its season, been successful despite numerous injuries. One of their top players, a swingman, Dwayne Latham, who really was hampered this year by the after effects of a concussion suffered early. He's really back in top-notch form, so I'll go with Indiana State and lay the 4. Now, in the NBA, the Orlando Magic are a 1.5-point favorite at home at 7:05 Eastern Time tonight against the Chicago Bulls. Everybody's excited about the Magic, but you tell me, isn't this the perfect time to go against Orlando because they're due for a letdown? I mean, you rallied from 24 points down in a huge rivalry game last night to beat the Miami Heat 99-96, and that was on the heels of rallying from 11 points down to beat the Knicks on the road. This is their 4th game in 6 nights, and you've got an opponent Chicago that blew a 17-point lead in losing at Atlanta a couple of nights ago. The Bulls have won 7 of their last 9, both straight up and against the spread. By the way, they were up by 19 points at Atlanta the other night when losing 83-80 on Wednesday. So I think the Bulls rebound here this evening. You know, these two teams have split their regular season meetings, both played in Chicago so far this season. In the first game, the Bulls were just totally dominated on the boards, out-rebounded 44-21 as Noah and Boozer combined for a total of 2 boards in that contest. Then in the rematch, a game that the Bulls won, Dwight Howard, who only had a pedestrian for him, 13 points and 12 rebounds in the first meeting, really broke out. Huge game, 40 points, 15 boards, but the Bulls won that game because Luol Deng and Carlos Boozer combined for 42 points and 24 rebounds. Again, I think this is a prime situational spot, handicapping 101. You go against a team coming off the huge emotional win, and remember, they're coming off 2 back-to-back huge emotional comeback wins against the Knicks and the Heat. So grab the Bulls, who are coming off their own blown game when they coughed up the big lead at Atlanta, to rebound tonight and win this one outright as a 1.5-point chalk. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Saturday morning.